Welcome everyone to Through a Different Lens. So whenever I'm really stressed, I've had like a long day, I like to paint. And so this is the only canvas that I have. It's this little canvas panel. And I've been wanting to try this stencil. I got a bunch of stencil quotes just because I love quotes and they just kind of get me through. So I'm going to try this one today. It's called Excel the Future, Excel the Past, Make It Happen. So it looks like this. And I'm going to tell you guys why I'm stressed today, or what happened today, why I'm in this funky mood. I'm going to use these three colors. This is a blue color, this is a purple, and then this is a green. And Ryan, you need another brush. Ryan's painting beside me too. And so we're going to do that today. So today I got this. This is a room cleanup letter. And if you watched my previous video, then you know that I've had several issues with the Studio 6. Where we're staying currently because we can't find a place because, we have evictions and credit challenges. So it's been it's been an ordeal trying to find a place. And a lot of people are just not willing to rent to you when you have credit challenges. We tried to get it removed. My mom is currently being garnished. Her wages are being garnished for this eviction. It's nearly 2 years old now, and we still can't find a place. We've been denied countless times, and if you know about how hard it is to not only find a place, but how expensive it is between the application fees, administrative fees, and some of those things are just not refundable. So it's kind of hard to just keep dishing out a whole bunch of money and keep getting denied. So that's where we are right now. That's not my problem. So as you guys know, the Studio 6 has put me through a lot. They're constantly like harassing me, like I've said in my previous video. They constantly just have a problem with us. And so one of my biggest things has been, I've always felt, safety concerns because I felt like everybody here at the hotel talks to one another, like housekeeping, management, front desk, and maintenance all talk to one another. And I feel like they tell people's personal business, which they shouldn't do. I feel like they cross a lot of those privacy lines, if I'm being honest with you. And
Mommy, I done.
Okay, hold on.
Look.
Okay, hold on. Let me do this because you should always tape your stencil down. I didn't tape mine down, but I've always felt like that they've always done that, right? And so it's been a couple of times that my suspicion has been confirmed. I remember when we were having a organization was going to pay for our room, and it was the day before, and we were just asking them, hey, is there any way that we can just stay in the room, because we really was trying to use our money to go eat, to have food for, just to have food or gas or whatever. And if we spent it all in the room, we wouldn't have money for that. So we're just asking them, since we got an organization coming the next day, is there any possible way we can just stay the night, and then they'll just pay for this night and, of course, the month they were going to pay for us. Of course, this hotel said no, and so we had to do that. And I remember it was this big ordeal. The manager tried to fight me. I mean, literally. I remember coming back up to my room, telling my mom what happened, and the manager came from her office upstairs during the middle of a pandemic with no mask on, all on my face, like ready to fight. So that happened here, and she ended up calling the police and stuff. And the police sides with the hotel. They don't really side with people here. It's like you have no rights. When you're in a hotel, it's like one of those, like I've always said, it's like the most loneliest feeling ever, because nobody cares when you're in a hotel. It's just you have to fight these battles alone. There's no lawyers for you. There's nobody gonna stand up for you in eviction court, because there's no eviction. You're at a hotel. And the saddest part is that people with credit challenges, for whatever reason, you might have fell back on your rent. I think we missed a month and we were evicted from our previous place. And I just wish my mom would have fought harder to not have an eviction on her report. But what can you do, right? And so I think she was like a month or two behind, and we were evicted from that place. And that one mistake has been detrimental to our whole family. And so it's sad that when you do have that, you kind of don't get a second chance. It's even harder for you to have an eviction on your report, especially now after the pandemic and people, been in their places without paying the rent. It seems like nobody is willing to help people out anymore, and I haven't been able to find any. I haven't been able to find any private owners that's willing to help. And you know, I don't blame them because like I put my neck on the line during the pandemic. I'm not gonna do that again. I know who I want to rent to, so I can't even blame people for that. But it just makes you kind of sad because I'm like, what does the future hold? It kind of makes you a little scared. It's kind of like, am I gonna be here forever? And what's funny is that we've been here with the same amount of people. Like we see the same people all the time. It's like nobody. We talk to people and they haven't been able to have any luck either. So it's just sad that it's like there's a lot of us looking for places, hoping for a second chance, hoping that we can eventually get out of these pits of hell. So, anyways, back to the story. So I always knew that they talked to one another because when that incident happened, when the manager tried to fight me, nobody else was in the office, but somebody here at the hotel knew about what was going on because he offered to pay our room or what have you. And I was like, and I knew this guy because he used to hang around, used to watch all the time. And then I figured out that he was close with the maintenance guy, and of course the maintenance guy is close with the front staff and the manager. So I said that's probably how he found out that we needed help paying the room. Um, so that was like the first time. But so every time we need things fixed here, it's like an act of Congress. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but they make a big deal about things that need to be fixed. And we were here before new management came, and so a lot of the things in here needs to be fixed. It's old, and it's not because we're not taking care of the place as they say that we are. So like for right now, we got a broke down refrigerator that don't work. Only the freezer part works and not the bottom, and they haven't fixed that. For a long time, we didn't have air during the hottest part of the summer. And, it's kind of sad because it's like you have no legal protections when you're in a hotel. Like we can be put through the absolute most, and it's nobody here that can help us at all. Um, I'm not even doing a good job on this picture. My anxiety is so bad right now. But so anyway, so the next thing was that we had a door issue. So the door issue was that it was not locking. So anybody could come in our room, right? Because the door wasn't locking at some point. And this was probably about 2 months that we told them that, we're having a problem with our door. And yes, it was scary being in a room where the door doesn't lock. But we have already paid the money for the room, and we know that they're not going to give us a refund or anything like that. So we kind of just put up with it. They were giving us the run around. Okay, waiting on the part, waiting on the part, waiting on the part. So this weekend we had kids come in our room. We were in here and kids came in our room. And the thing was that was so odd about this, these kids know where their room is. These kids knew that our room was open. And how did they know that it was open unless somebody was talking around here? And how do I know that they knew it was open? Because they came right in. There was no knock. There was no nothing. And they weren't even shocked, when they opened the door. They opened the door, laughed, and then ran. So it's kind of like, that was your plan. Your plan was to come in here. And I told my mom that the kids been playing by our door all week. I've been hearing them like running by our door and stuff like that. So I think they've been planning to do this. And I'm like, how would they have known that this door was open? But I've noticed that we've been watched by housekeeping. People constantly watch us. It's like we're on surveillance here. And it's the most uncomfortable thing ever because, everybody wants a place where they kind of don't have to deal with the stressors of those things, And so, anyways, he came today to fix the door because after that incident this weekend, we needed to make it a priority that we fix our door because obviously people knew that we were in here and that the door didn't close. So that was a problem. You almost done with yours? And so once the incident happened, he came and fixed the door. It's okay. We're going to clean your hand. So, once he came and fixed the door, no problem, right? He fixed the door. We get a call from front desk to tell us that he wasn't able to fix the door because, there was too much stuff by the front door. There was too much stuff by the front door. He couldn't open the door and fix it, which was a lie because he had actually fixed the door. So I'm like, why would management say one thing if it wasn't the truth? Did he go back and say something that wasn't credible? Which has happened before because we had pest control come in here and they said that they couldn't spray for bugs, which they did. They sprayed the cabinets, they sprayed everything, but they lied and said that we had a whole bunch of kids in the room and they weren't able to spray. Mind you, I have 2 kids. I have Ray and Rye, and that's it. That's all that I had in the room at the time. That's always who's in the room. And whenever somebody comes, I have to put them up. And so today, I knew that this letter was coming because every time they come and do a repair, they'll always say, oh, something is wrong with your room. Because they kind of want to get us, I don't know if they want to kick us out or they just want to make problems and harass us and threaten us and stuff like that. I'm not sure really what the angle is when it comes to that. Yes. But every time they send someone up here, every time we fix the room, they'll send other people up here because they know I'm going to turn them around, right? They know that I'm not going to allow people in the room, especially my kids are up here and I'm alone. I just don't want people in the room. I just don't trust it because I feel like they're out to get me. I really do. And I have to protect my safety some type of way. And that's how I protect my safety. And so right after maintenance and her calling and saying that they weren't able to come in, right? Next was housekeeping. I denied housekeeping because, like I said in my previous video, I have my towels, I have my sheets, I have everything that I need. I don't need anything from them, so I always deny housekeeping. And we're not the only room that does this. I see it countless times, but we're the only room where it's a problem. Don't do too much. That's good. So, once that happens, housekeeping leaves. Then, lo and behold, pest control comes. And I didn't want to let pest control in because my room, we were in the middle of road schooling, and I just did not want pest control in at that point. I was working, I was doing a lot of different things. And they had already irritated me this morning. And I didn't want pest control because I still had my dishes in the sink from this morning because we've had so many distractions. So I told him, come back another time. And so I guess once I sent him back, we then magically appeared with this letter here that this is an immediate cleanup. And they do that all the time. This is like our 20th one at this point. Every time, I deny services or anything like that, they'll say, oh, your room is a mess. You got to move out. We're going to evict you because it's all this, that, and the third. And they always threaten us with this letter every single time. And the problem is we overpay for this room. And I want my money back, to be honest with you. We've paid so much money. We paid during the pandemic. We're still paying more than enough for this room, for stuff not to work and stuff like that. Internet goes in and out. People running constantly, being stared at. I mean, like having our safety at jeopardy. People have access to our personal information that shouldn't have access to it. So, all of those things are like concerning in itself. And I just want to be able to leave here, go to another hotel, but all the hotels are so very expensive. And I was like, did this always been this expensive? I mean, like, we're talking $500 a week for a room. We're paying $399 here, which is already a lot. And I was like, I don't think we can make a jump from $399 to anything else. We're just not going to be able to make that jump. So I'm like, man, am I going to be stuck here dealing with the antics of this place, or are we going to be able to find a place? And see, the problem is every time we get paid, we have to pay the room. So we don't have no money for like anything extra if we wanted to go and apply. I mean, it takes like $600 to apply for one property. So, yeah, so I'm just tired. And it makes me just a little annoyed, and that's why I have to paint. I'm not even doing a good job painting right now. These are not the colors I want to use. I just picked up some. But, I'm going to show you all what it looks like. I'm just using the stencil and my little canvas panel, so it's very flat in the back. And Raj beside me doing his painting. Here, make you some lines on there with your brush. Here. Use the purple. Okay. Here, you can use a little bit of my purple. Okay. And so, yeah, I just like, man, I'm so tired of having these issues at this place here.
Wrong.
I see. And so, yeah, that's all I can think of about that.
I have a book.
You can use all the colors. Okay, so I'm going to show you all what I have.
I'm not.
Because I feel like my camera getting ready to. I see. Okay, so yeah, so those are my problems that I had today, and I'm just sick of being here, and I wish I can find like a place so my kids don't have to stress about this. I don't have to stress about this because literally my hair is falling out. Because of this whole situation. Like, it's like put my anxiety in overdrive, and that's why Okay, so I gotta show you all because it's gonna go. Okay, so it looks like this with the stencil on. Uh-oh. Let me hurry up.
I said, Mommy, I busy mine.
Boom. So it looks like this.
Mine
So I'm gonna just have this so I can be okay in this room. Oh, good job, right? So this is Rollins. So thank you all for watching. We do have an art shop. Support our Etsy if you want to. So this was just a little rant and paint with us. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Goodbye.